Los franceses de mayo, 5 de mayo,
5 de mayo.
los franceses van a respetar el águila mexicana y van a mirar esta bandera hacia arriba y hundirnos en su sangre. ¡Viva México!
Pero viva México libre, cabrones. What's up, gente? How you guys doing, man? First and foremost, salutes and respects to everybody, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to create hate or nothing on me. I'm just making my videos and responding to this battle. And this is not against blacks. If anything, cartoon, you should be grateful that I'm gonna show you a video right now. What we did for the blacks. But anywho, man, I just wanna respond to cartoon, his videos, and Red Supreme. The video that he made about Dubs last night, the response that he gave Dubs. Yeah, it looks like you've been studying a little bit of history. You know your history. Hey, cartoon, but before you make videos, bro, take a shower, dog. Serio. Hey, look at the picture, homie. Does that look like a somebody that is mentally right? You look like a freaking EOP, bro, and I don't know why I wasted my time, but I just gonna respond this one more time, and that's it, homie. But look, bro, you look like an EOP, Holmes. Your hygiene is all fucked up. You take a shower, Holmes. But before I continue, let me respond to this battle, homie. Like I say, he looks like he's been studying a little bit of history. Yeah, he knows a little bit of history, homie. But he forgot to mention, homie. And first and foremost, Dubs was he made a response to one of Cartoon 53 about the Africans trying to direct the Spanish ships or Christopher Columbus, whoever. Look, man, and you say that the Arab the black Africans conquered Spain. It wasn't Africa. It was first and foremost it was the Arabs. That's why we get the name Zaragoza, Guadalajara, Guadalupe. It was the Arabs. And Fernando de Aragon and Isabella de Castilla got together, and they made the Catholic crown, la Corona Católica, and they are the one that they did the reconquest, la Reconquista de España, the reconquest to get the Arabs, not blacks. Show me a black Spaniard. But anywho, this is not about black and brown and none of that. I'm just gonna respond to what you said about Mexicans. True, it looks like you studied a little bit of history. They just kick our ass when they came over here from Spain. But you forgot to mention the diseases that they brought on. Not only that. When they fought the Spaniards, when the Spaniards fought the indigenous people, it wasn't just the Spaniards. It was the Chichimecas, not the Chichimecas, but the Totonacas, Zapotecas, and Tlaxcaltecas, allied to the Spaniards. And what you forgot to say, and Dubs forgot to say, I got you, Dubs. La Noche Triste, El Árbol de la Noche Triste, when Cuitlagua defeated the Spaniards. He killed over 1,000 Spaniards, kicked their ass, and indigenous allies of the Spaniards. They kicked them out of the city. It's called La Noche Triste. Cortés went and cried. Not only that, before that, there was an eagle warrior named Cuauhpocat. Cuauhpocat was taxing the indigenous, the guys from Veracruz. He went over there and collect taxes. That's what they used to do. And there were some Spaniards that Cortés left in Veracruz, while him and his allies went to Tenochtitlan, one of the biggest city in the whole world. We built that on top of a lake. But anywho, Cuauhpocat goes over there and he sees some Spaniards, and he's asking the indigenous people for the tribute, the taxes, and the Spaniards got in front of him and they said, "No, you're not doing that no more." So Coapopoca, one lip, jump in front, behead him, and send those heads to Cortez and Moctezuma. Tell them, look, these fools, they're not immortal. They die too. They bleed too, like a man. You forgot to say that. Not only that, the diseases that they brought decimated the indigenous people over here. You say there were blacks over here. I don't know where you get that from. There's no scientific proof that there were blacks over here in this continent. But look, with the help, they just didn't kick our ass. It took months, years to do that. Years for the city of Tenochtitlan to fall. And the name Mexico already exists. Mexico Tenochtitlan. How you gonna teach us about our history? Now, look. With the fall of Tenochtitlan, that it took a long time, that didn't stop right there. The resistance from over here in Jalisco, Los Altos de Jalisco, Zacatecas, Tenamachtli, that's the longest resistance that the Mexicans gave the Spaniards. To this day, they resisted the Spaniards. They were fighting the Spaniards they were so freaking brave that they had to bring more Spaniards, get more allies, indigenous allies, to defeat this guy. They could never defeat him. Now you're talking about the North American Indians, though. You do respecting them by saying they just went over there and kicked their ass. If you remember, Custer was a fucking butcher, and he got slaughtered by some. And they were outnumbered our brothers, indigenous brothers, because they're the Apaches, Mescaleros, Yaquis is the same tribe, our brothers. Now, you said there was blacks over here, and they conquered Europe. Let's ask AI. Let me see. Did the Arabs conquer Spain? You see that? This is what it says. In 1711, Spain was conquered by Arabs. That's why we get those names: Ramirez, Zaragoza, Guadalajara, Guadalupe, Arabs, right? Not blacks. Show me a black Spaniard. And I'm not saying you guys not warriors, man. I seen you guys fighting. I seen him fighting against Julio Cesar Chavez. And like I said, man, it was not only the Spaniards, but it was the indigenous allies with the Spaniards that decimated this, and the diseases that they brought. The diseases they brought from Spain, and now they're saying the African diseases too, decimated the Spaniards, the indigenous people over here. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something that you have been denying for a long time. That they've been hiding from you for a long time.
Mexico saved 10,000 escaped black slaves. Here's the shocking history they don't want you to know. In 1829, Mexico did what the U.S. wouldn't. They abolished slavery.
Hold on, man. Let me get the there you go.
10,000 escaped black slaves. Here's the shocking history they don't want you to know. In 1829, Mexico did what the U.S. wouldn't. They abolished slavery, becoming a beacon of hope for enslaved black people escaping the brutality of the American South. While America was enforcing slavery, Mexico refused to sign a fugitive slave treaty, making sure that anyone who stepped on its soil was free. This bold move made Mexico the secret escape route in a southern underground railroad, where as many as 10,000 escaped slavery and found freedom. Tiemto, a village in Mexico, became home to these newly freed black people who passed down their legacy of courage. Even when slave hunters like the Texas Rangers came to capture escapees, the Mexican army stood strong, protecting the fugitives and refusing to turn them away. This powerful history isn't just the past, it's alive today, as descendants in number.
So we were defending you, your people, your ancestors from the Texas Rangers. You say there were blacks over here on this continent. Okay. When all these incidents were going on between, you say they kicked our ass, Holmes. When all these incidents were going on between the Europeans and the North American Indians and the natives of Mexico, where were you people? Where was you people? There's no documented anything on paper documented that it says that you guys got into with the Spaniards or the English. At that time, you said you were already here. Where were you at? Hiding? The short that I just showed you, it was thanks to Benito Juarez. So, Cartoon 53, thank that sir, Benito Juarez. Remember that name. He's the one that welcomed your people over here in Mexico to be free. He was the first person to ever abolish slavery and welcome your people to in Mexico. And we defended the blacks over here in Mexico against the Texas Ranger. Now, Red Supreme, since you already know a lot of history, you probably know about Cuauhtemoc, the last emperor of Mexico. He defeated the Spaniards. Not only that, when the Spaniards were kicked out of the city, the Tenochtitlan city, and they went and allied with the strongest allies that they get, the Tlaxcaltecans, and they came back, they captured Cuauhtemoc. They tortured this brave indigenous Persian king. They burned his feet to give up the gold. He didn't do it. You didn't hear a single beep out of his mouth. That's how brave these motherfuckers were down. And like I say, if there were blacks over here in this continent, where were they at? When we were fighting the Spaniards and when we were fighting the English. Because we not only defeated the Spaniards, we got them out of here. We defeated the French, Cinco de Mayo, and we fought against the United States. I don't see nothing on written paper that says that your people, blacks, Africans, were fighting against the Spaniards or the Europeans. Yet, you said that we got our ass whipped by the Spaniards. The longest resistance was the Chichimecs, the Gente Perro. To this day, we still, the fight is going on. We haven't stopped, and you see it right as we speak right now in the United States. We might not be as strong as they are. As you say, they had the technology and the diseases that they brought over here. And with that, I hope you like this video. Share it. And Cartoon, take a shower, bro. You look like a UOP. Serio. UOP shot collar. And like I said, you say you're not trying to create hate, though. But yeah, you showed all these videos about Chavez, Cesar Chavez calling us wetbacks. Hey, Holmes, The bond between the Mexicans over there and over here is so strong. You're not gonna. I love my Chicano gente, bro. Porque somos chicanos. Porque somos chicanos, somos cabrones. And with that amount, gente, saludos and respect, bro. And I don't care if this video only makes 2 views on me. It's gonna get to the right one, to the right person. Cartoon. Whenever you hear this name, Benito Juarez, thank him for the freedom that he gave your people. With that, I'm out. And shower, bro.